Morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Monday again. No matter what we do, these Mondays keep coming. And this is an interesting week. Last week I was talking to you about milestones and looking back to the last time that I had traveled internationally. And yesterday I was looking at my calendar and I realized that a year ago yesterday I was in Glasgow and I was eating in a restaurant. A very novel thing to do, right? And so this week is quite a momentous one, I think. I also realized that the 11th of March, which is coming up soon, was the last time that I was on campus teaching in a classroom. I did teach a little bit last semester outdoors, but this was the last time that I had taught in a classroom. And then soon after that, we shut down the campus and started working from home. And I think that we can look at this milestone because this is the next few weeks. That's the milestone of when things started to get locked down, and we can look at it in two ways. I mean, of course, we can be like, "Oh gosh, we've been doing this for a year. I'm so exhausted," and we all are exhausted, right? I mean, I don't know anyone who's continuing to enjoy this. Um, but I look at it a different way, that we got through this. Like we got through an entire year of this. We did it. Now I know we've lost people and I don't mean to diminish that in any way. But those of us who are here listening to this, that means that we got through it. And maybe we're a little bit, worse for wear, but we're still here. And again, it's not going to be like this forever. No situation is the way it is forever, right? Things are always changing, always moving, always in flux. And we do have a lot of reason to be hopeful nowadays. So what I'm going to do for these anniversaries is I'm not going to think about what we've lost in the last year. I'm going to try to think about looking forward to getting back into the classroom, getting back into a restaurant, traveling again, seeing my family again overseas. I know that these things won't happen probably very soon, but they will happen. And so I'm trying to focus on the positives rather than thinking about, oh gosh, it's been a year. I know it's hard. I know it's so easy we always focus on the negatives, right? But the other thing I realized was that this last time I was on campus, I invited a guest speaker to my class. And the reason I did that is because it was the week of International Women's Day. And today is actually International Women's Day. And I was trying to think if I should say something about it or not. And I try to, keep my messages very positive and kind of neutral. But I thought it's funny because, I'm a professor of film and visual culture, and I don't think I've ever talked about art on this vlog. I talked about it a little when I was talking about blue, because I remember I mentioned Yves Klein blue. And so I thought that on the occasion of International Women's Day, I would do a hashtag TBT, looking back to International Women's Day in 2016, when I invited that same artist that was on campus in my class on March 11th of 2020. I invited her and another artist. These are both artists based in the area. And so I invited them to, and I love their work. So I wanted to share that with you today. So this is Bibo Keeley's A Special Kind of Strength. Now, this is a cast of her body. It's actually a relief sculpture. So it's not, it's meant to sit on a flat surface because it's not, completely 3D, but it's the front part is three-dimensional. And here she's just put it on this white board or canvas just in order to be able to display it. But the real artwork, and I appreciate that it's hard to see in this tiny picture, the real artwork is the cast of her torso. And what she did was she inscribed 10 commandments, non-religious, just non-denominational, just neutral kind of commandments about body image and about loving yourself and loving your body, positive messages for women. And what happened was that the piece cracked when she was moving it. And rather than get rid of it, she filled in that crack with gold leaf. And you can see that on the side there, there's that line. And as I'm sure you're aware, there's this Japanese tradition that when something breaks, it's not necessarily considered a bad thing. What you can repair things, and often it's repaired with this gold leaf to not only, to highlight that flaw, because that flaw or that crack is part of its history. And so in this piece, Bibo is not only highlighting the history of this sculpture that cracked, but also giving it some value, because the idea is that all of these so-called flaws in our bodies, and we all look at our bodies, all of us, and only see flaws, right? We always focus on the negative. Those actually add value. That's who we are. And who we are is a value. So even our flaws, so-called flaws, are a value. So that was Bibo's work that was exhibited this is Elphinstone Hall. You can see when we used to have International Women's Day conferences on campus. And the other piece that was exhibited is by an artist named Norma Hunter. And this is a piece called A Penny for Them. And as you can see, it's a structure. It's like an outhouse, where you go to the bathroom outdoors, a wooden structure. And as you can see, you can go inside it. And when you go inside, what you see are headlines. She found this individual who had all these old newspapers, and she went through them and she selected all the headlines that were about women. And you can see right in the middle, there's one about Margaret Thatcher, Give the Girl a Chance. And so there's all these newspaper articles about headlines that have been written about women. And you can see that below there's white space. And that's because the visitor or the viewer can come in and interact with this and write their own messages, almost in the way that Bibo wrote her own messages on her body. And then she also has this wonderful loo roll or toilet paper roll she made a stamp of women breastfeeding in the bathroom, because that's often a space that they have to use to do that. So it was a really interactive piece with a very serious message, but done in a very, I think, playful way. So it was just nice for me to reminisce about those pieces and that International Women's Day that we spent on campus. So again, I would just say that this week, try to focus on looking forward. Let's not look back too much. I mean, we have come a long way. I think we've accomplished a lot. We've pushed ourselves in ways we didn't realize are possible. We've shown ourselves to be stronger than maybe we thought we were. And those are all positive things, even though the reasons for that were, imposed on us by, things outside of our control. And, it is a good lesson in life. Things are going to happen and we have to be able to adapt, because, if we don't, well, I mean, what else can you do? You have to adapt. So rather than looking back on what we've lost over the last year, let's try to look forward towards the positive things that we have in our future. And remember, it's going to be summer soon. It's going to be warm. Flowers are going to be blooming. We're going to be outside. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. So I wish you all a very happy Monday. And of course, don't forget the cinnamon. Bye.